But where could they have found a light?
Well...
There was one nearby for sure. See? It's written on the kitchen's equipment list.
Portable stove.
It's the portable stove.
Portable stove?
The portable stove isn't powered by electricity, and it's also small enough to carry around. So, the killer used the portable stove to move from the hallway to the storage room during the blackout.
I see. I never considered the portable stove. But there's a hole in your argument.
How so?
A hole? What kind of hole? It would be great if you could explain it to me in much more detail.
Stop it. Stop it.
Oh, I wasn't making a perverted joke or anything. It's really not a perverted joke.
No, it
I'm
was.
serious.
Repeating yourself just makes it even more suspicious.
Now then, Hajime, will you battle against me?
Oh, now you sound like a villain. Will you battle against me, Hajime?
No, that's wrong!
Let's do this shit.
Will you be able to break through my argument?
Okay. What do you mean, bad? It sounds like you're enjoying a game or something. Damn it, there's no way I'm gonna lose against someone like him. Fuck him up. Okay.
Did you forget what Kazuichi said earlier? He said the hall was too dark to see the office. The light from the stove that you mentioned. It contradicts his testimony. Or are you intentionally doubting his testimony? I can't back down!
Oh.
Ah, my God.
A little bit more and I could draw something out next time.
Did you forget what Kazuichi said earlier?
Wait, which one was you thinking?
He said the hall was too dark to see the office. The light from the stove that you mentioned, it contradicts his testimony. Or are you intentionally doubting his testimony?
Oh. I don't think Kazuichi said wrong. This is fresh.
Did you forget what Kazuichi said earlier? He said the hall was too dark to see the office. The light from the stove that you mentioned, it contradicts his testimony. Or are you intentionally doubting his testimony?
I don't doubt what Kazuichi said. What are you trying to say?
The reason Kazuichi couldn't see the office was because the hallway was... So if a light was shining in such a dark hallway, wouldn't Kazuichi have seen it?
Allow me to cut through those words!
Bitch.
Nagito, did you forget? Or are you just pretending you forgot?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Did you know what I'm talking about?
There should have been a wall that blocked light.
Oh?
I'm talking about the fire door in the hallway. If you close it, it would form a perfect wall in the hallway. Plus, the hallway rounds a corner just beyond the fire door. So even if there was a small gap in the door, as long as they passed the corner, the light still wouldn't peek out.
I see. To actually notice the fire door. Just as expected of the ultimate... Oh. You still don't remember your talent, do you?
Who cares about that right now?
Nagito, what are you plotting? For someone who insists he's not the killer, you are quite nosy.
You sound so scary. If you're that angry, why don't you take a deep breath?
God damn it.
You sure like to piss us off. How about I shut your fucking mouth for you?
Hey! It's okay if you guys fight, but I won't allow a burly brawl that might offend people. More importantly, can you hurry up and decide who's the blackened already? Time runs out when I get bored.
Fine, I get it. You're telling me to pass the torch, right?
Pass the torch?
We're going to ask the real killer, not an imposter like me, to show themselves.
You're obviously the killer, right?
If you think I am, I really don't mind. Whatever conclusion you ultimates arrive at, I will accept it, no matter what it is.
Because we'll all die happy. You don't condemn the person, huh? There's no other way, right? The person who used a holy fiber as treasure enjoys some amazing blood. It's not understandable, it's not being clear, it's grabbing the brain things and more. The only thing I can think of is you all know me. What? What are you talking about? Is it him?
You're the only one!
Yeah!
Teru. Could it be you?
Yeah! Teru. I was thinking that. It had to be Teru. He's the only one that has access to the kitchen. He has to be the one. Has to be Teru.
What? What are you talking about?
Obviously it's you.
Teru's the killer?
Yeah.
Is that true?
He has the access to the stove. It had to be him. It couldn't be Peko because she was in the bathroom. And who was the only ones that left? That weren't in the room with us? It was Teru.
What are you talking about? There's no way! Of course, that's simply my assumption. So if you have an objection, please speak freely.
Yes, please.
Objection or not, why am I being treated like the killer? Because the portable stove used in the murder came from the kitchen. That's it? That's the only reason you're treating me like a killer? Isn't that a little drastic? You're cruel. Cruel. Too cruel.
Teru. That attitude is so not like you. For the ultimate cook to get so upset.
Call me chef.
If you fall to aspersions like this, who will be there to support the future of the culinary arts?
Nagito, you're too calm about this.
The future of the culinary arts?
That's right. For the future of the culinary arts, you must face this and fight it fair and square.
You're right. Yeah, that's totally right.
So what's an aspersion anyway? Is it yummy?
Did you know asbestos is yummy too? You should try some later.
Bitch.
Nagito, why are you interfering?
Let's assume that the killer used a light, and that they used the fire door to mask that light, and that they moved to the storage room and snuck under the floorboards. Then what? It's dark under the floorboards too, so how would they be able to stab Byakuya? You're not gonna say they shined the light on Byakuya, right? The plan would have been ruined if he noticed.
That's right. What do you think about that?
There's no way you...
Was a strange liquid shining in the darkness, near where Byakuya's blood was dripping.
What? A shining liquid in the dark? That sounds super important!
If there was a shining mark like that, they would have been able to move to it in the dark, right? And in doing so, it might have been possible for them to use that mark to target the victim.
Yeah. It was where is it? Where is it? Do we have to put caps in the floorboard? Glowing liquid. Where is it at?
can prove it with this.
It was a knife.
The mark you're talking about is the glowing paint that was applied to the knife, right?
Ah! By using the glowing paint as a target, they were able to judge where to stab even in the dark.
I see. The killer didn't target an actual person. They just struck the moment the glowing paint moved. That would be the moment someone grabbed a hold of the knife.
So, the killer used the mark that I prepared for finding the knife as a mark for stabbing. I see. That's why Byakuya got killed when he took the knife.
But if they were able to do that, wouldn't that mean the killer knew about Nagito's plan all along?
Well, Teru!
Seriously? I don't know anything. Really, I don't know anything at all.
Then can I ask everyone a question instead?
You again? Just stop already!
No, Nagito needs to keep talking. He's fun.
Now. We should give everyone a fair opportunity to speak.
If Teru is the killer, that would mean he went to the storage room during the blackout. And just what did Ibuki hear during the blackout?
Ah! Don't step on my feet!
That's right. She heard a bit. He heard Teru.
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
Turn the damn lights on! I can't eat like this, you know!
You guys? Where are you? Wasn't the blackout just in the kitchen?
She heard Teru's voice in the dining hall?
That's right.
Doesn't that prove Teru was in the dining hall during the blackout?
That's right! That's exactly it!
But Teru was in the kitchen the moment the blackout occurred, right? So, why was he in the dining hall?
Aha.
I thought the blackout was only in the kitchen, so I panicked and ran out of there. Of course, the hallway was dark too, but somehow I managed to move along the wall toward everyone's voices.
Well, it's not that far to move along the wall from the kitchen to the dining hall.
That sounds fishy.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, you can tell when a person is lying by licking their sweat. So, if you want, you should try licking me.
Please kill him. I can't take him. I can't take it. This guy is creepy as fuck. I can't take him.
No way! You look greasy. But I heard Teru's voice in the dining hall! Ibuki swears on her honor!
That's right. Teru was in the dining hall, not the storage room. Which means he's not the killer.
But did you even hear a door open?
No, that's not it. Why? Why do you want to keep falsely accusing me? It's not like I want to blame you.
You should be so proud of yourself, Hajime. You're just progressing toward the hope you believe in. Now, Hajime, show me more of your hope. Will that be enough to crush Teru's hope?
You are freaky, Nagito. I can make my argument.
Let me ask you again. Did you go to the storage room during the blackout?
There's no way I went to the storage room. I was somewhere totally different.
I definitely heard Teru's voice. It's handsome, unlike his face. Maybe it was a recording or something? Nope, definitely a live voice.
Right, as long as I have her testimony. The fact that I was in the dining hall cannot be disputed.
Let me ask you again. Did you go to the storage room?
There's no way I went to... I was somewhere totally different.
I definitely heard Teru's voice. It's handsome, unlike his face. Maybe it was a recording or something? Nope, definitely a live voice.
Right, as long as I have her testimony. The fact that I was in the dining hall cannot be disputed. Why? Remember the floor in the dining hall? It was full of gaps, right? So even if you shouted from under the floor, it should have sounded just like the voices in the dining hall.
Aha.
But...
I see. So he brazenly shouted from under the floor to make us think he was in the dining hall. Is that true, Teru Teru?
Hold on a second.
Can you explain this, Teru Teru?
I told you to wait a second, ain't I? What are y'all even saying anymore? I'm telling you, I was in that there dining hall during the blackout.
Surprise! Teru Teru is Southern.
Where are you from again?
Texas.
I was born in West Asafu and raised in South Aoyama.
Hey, you guys! This guy's a major liar!
He's a phony! A big fat phony!
If Teru Teru was in the dining hall during the blackout, he should have been there after the power returned, right?
That's right.
Well, I believe so. There's no way he could have gone back and forth in that dark hallway.
Huh? Was Teru Teru actually there during that time?
I sure was. I was there the whole damn time.
I was sure what
Something like this shouldn't be decided by gut instinct. People's lives are at stake.
like mine, because I'm not the killer.
Damn right! You guys should have been deciding this on the spot with your hazy memories.
His accent is getting even worse. He's definitely lying.
However, I am not sure. I believe that he was there, and I believe that he was not there.
No! Is there any way we can decide?
Why don't we consult his memories?
Gosh, yeah, don't be saying things like that. Don't make no sense. Can you even prove I wasn't in the dining hall? I probably can. Oh, you again!
When I checked I was in the dining hall during the blackout, I don't know for sure. Just missing that question I had. Okay. Let's show him. Where is it? No. How? Which one? That's hard to find out. Which one? So far, the only way I would know is if I said this, but what? No, I don't want to. But... oh my gosh.
I can prove it with this.
Oh my god, okay.
If you're claiming that you were in the dining hall when the power came back,
Yeah.
then you should know how Mikan was positioned at the time, right?
Whoa, what?
I'm sorry, Mikan.
Don't make me remember. It's so embarrassing.
I'm sorry, Mikan. I had to talk about the pose because it's what the perverted mind would want.
No, this is a very important question. Well, Teru, if you were really in the dining hall at that time, you should know the answer to that. Huh? It was a pretty clever way of tripping. There's no way you'd forget about it so easily.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I showed you something so unsightly. How about it? You can't answer, Teru Teru?
Well,
That's weird. Just slipped from my mind.
There's no way it would slip from your mind, especially not a pervert like you.
damn straight.
Even so... Nagito! Say something!
I guess you might have to give up now.
Give up? What do you mean, give up?
Teru. I'm disappointed too, you know.
I wish I was the killer, but you know, we can't all be lucky.
It's lonely watching someone I admire reach the limits of their hope. It kind of feels like a broken dream.
You're completely useless now.
Nagito, what are you doing? Why are you messing with the killer like that?
Hold on a sec. Don't go moving this along on your own like I really am the killer.
Huh? But it's already decided, right?
The murder weapon hasn't been cleared up yet, Chef?
It's no use. I can't understand him anymore.
It's true. He sounds like a goddamn cliche Looney Tune cartoon.
It appears he's saying the murder weapon hasn't been cleared up yet.
You understand him?
But it's such a sad defense. This is too cruel.
Oh, you calling me the killer? Then where's the weapon?
What? What did you say?
Come on, Manumi. Enough with the whimpering and translate.
He said, if you're calling me the killer, then where's the weapon?
Weapon, huh? It's not the knife, right?
No.
Judging from Byakuya's wounds, it was a thin-edged tool that's roughly 5 millimeters in diameter.
Also, if they stabbed from under the floorboards, the weapon would need to be at least 50 centimeters in length.
After all this, who cares about the weapon?
I can tell. Stop.
Not good enough! Not good enough at all!
He said, not good enough. Not good enough at all.
I understand him that time on
Fine, I got it. Let's try thinking about what the weapon was.
Wanna do it? Wanna do it?
He said, try to do it.
What a confusing accent.
Could it be what I'm thinking? The skewer? Or does it have to be Nope. I'm trying to find the one I'm thinking of. I'm dying. Wait, what was that? It was I? An eye? Fuck. Shit. R? R? Iron? Oh my god, right. Iron. 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 Oh, I think I know. Oh, okay, iron. Wait. Fuck. Wait, no, that comes after. Skew. Wait, how do you spell skewer? Okay, I think I know. Fuck. I don't have it anymore. Wait, no. No! No! Ah, no! God damn it! Now I have to find a key. Ah, ta-da!
I got it! That's it! The weapon must be the iron skewer!
That's right.
Huh? The iron skewer?
Before the party, as Byakuya was confiscating all the dangerous items, he spoke to Teru Teru.
Check the equipment list, and there seems to be one iron skewer missing. Oh, that's right. As far as I know, that's the missing from the start.
So that missing iron skewer is the weapon?
Uh-huh.
An iron skewer would match up with the wounds perfectly.
Hey, Teru Teru! Where'd you hide the iron skewer?
Oh god, he's foaming from the mouth.
Avril Lavigne!
Avril Lavigne?
Avril Lavigne?
Huh? Did he really just say that?
Did he really just say Avril Lavigne?
He's just saying random shit to fuck with us. You probably dumped it somewhere on the island, didn't you?
This school trip has a no littering rule. If he had violated it, the island sirens would be ringing non-stop.
Island sirens? Just for littering?
Also, I was on guard duty, and I never once saw Teru Teru leave the old building. Which means he obviously hid it somewhere in the old building.
It's probably the kitchen again, right?
Teru Teru, just man up and be straight with us.
Oh! 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 Whoa!
What the fuck? Okay. Control shields. PTA. Uh-huh. Oh, okay, it's a temple marker thing. Okay. Okay. I get it. I get it.
I guess we have no choice but to somehow find out for ourselves.
I'm not hiding that thing!
He said, I'm not hiding anything.
I'm not hiding anything! I'm not hiding anything!
Right. Panic talk action.
Shut up! That's impossible! Nonsense! Unforgivable! I don't know! Paris Hilton! Shut up! That's impossible! Nonsense!
You failed. Okay, maybe I should have... Maybe I should have read it.
We will never give up! Oh!
Okay. me try again.
Shut up! That's impossible! Nonsense! Unforgivable!
What's going on?
I don't know! Paris Hilton! Shut up!
What?
That's impossible! Nonsense!
I'm confused, I'm doing
Unforgivable! I don't know! Paris Hilton! Unforgivable! Shut up! That's impossible! Nonsense! Unforgivable! I don't know! Paris Hilton!
What am I doing?
Shut up! That's impossible! Nonsense! Unforgivable! I don't know! Paris Hilton!
What am I
Unforgivable! Shut up! That's impossible! Where would the weapon be? Paris Hilton!
What am I doing?
Unforgivable! I don't know! Paris Hilton!
I'm confused. What am I doing? I'm confused. What is going on? So I got it. What I was doing.
We will never get.
Now.
Shut up! That's impossible! Nonsense! Unforgivable! I don't know! Paris Hilton! Shut up! That's impossible! Nonsense! Unforgivable! I don't know! Paris Hilton! Unforgivable! Shut up! That's impossible! Nonsense! Unforgivable! I don't know! Paris Hilton!
Oh, I did.
Shut up! That's impossible! Nonsense! Where would the weapon be? Unforgivable! I don't know! Paris Hilton! Ah! Unforgivable! Shut up! That's impossible! Where would the weapon be? Where would the weapon be?
What? The meat. Oh wait. I was. The meat on the Oh, okay.
We will never give up!
Now I get it.
Oh.
I got it now. Yeah, I got it now. I didn't know it was creepy. I keep thinking it's on the.
Shut up! That's impossible! Nonsense! Unforgivable! I don't know! Paris Hilton! Ah! Shut up! That's impossible! Nonsense! Unforgivable! I don't know! Paris Hilton! Ah! Unforgivable! Shut up! Where would the weapon be?
Wait, what?
I don't know!
Stupid. Sorry.
Paris Hilton! Ah! Unforgivable! I don't know! Paris Hilton! Where would the weapon be?
Fuck me, what's up?
Ah! Shut up! That's impossible! Nonsense! Where would the weapon be? Unforgivable!
I'm confused.
I don't know!
Meat on the phone?
Paris Hilton! Ah! Unforgivable! Where would the weapon be? This is the end!
Meat on the phone, okay. It was confusing when I had to put the sentences together. Meat on the bone.
Could the iron skewer have been hidden inside the piece of meat on the bone?
Yeah.
What are you saying? There's no way I'd hide anything in a place like that.
That's clearly impossible. I mean, that's inside the food.
Impossible. That's what Byakuya and I thought. That's why we overlooked it. But in fact, the only place you could hide the weapon was inside the food that couldn't be inspected. Out of all the dishes you prepared, the only one that could hide a weapon as long as an iron skewer is? The meat on the bone.
What now?
I'm using my right to remain silent.
There's no way that exists here.
We need to confirm this now! So if we eat that tasty-looking piece of meat and find the iron skewer inside, bullseye!
All right. Monokuma or Monami, one of you hurry and bring over that piece of meat.
1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. I'll eat the whole thing!
Wait, hold on a second. Time out, time out.
What are you doing? Hurry up and bring it over!
About that.
What?
Huh? Where did Monokuma go?
What?
I'm right here!
Hi.
I'm already eating it!
A bear that eats meat! Wait, now that I think about it, that's pretty normal.
Now, what is this? So yummy!
Damn it! That's my meat!
I've never eaten anything like it in my entire life! The taste brings me back to my days in the wild.
This is bad. Seriously, this is really bad.
My, there's something inside the meat. Look what came out.
Isn't that... Is that an iron skewer?
Check it out. The handle looks like it's made of bone. Pretty clever.
The sword of destruction, encased in bone and sheathed in meat. It brought catastrophe unto Byakuya.
As expected of Teru Teru.
Oh yeah.
Such a fantastic weapon from the ultimate chef.
You're wrong. I'm not the killer. I'm not the kind of person who would kill someone. I got it. You all set me up. You guys set me up so you could blame this on me.
Jeez, what a disappointment.
Thank you.
Such an unseemly defense for an ultimate like you. Can you really call that hope?
Hey, Nagito. I'm sorry, but can you just be quiet?
Yeah, please do.
Shut
up.
He said, "You're all nothing but a bunch of poor, loudmouth, fast food eating hicks."
Hey, I love fast food, so fuck off.
You don't need to translate anymore. Somehow I can tell what he's trying to say.
Yeah. Never mind. Just deal with Nagito later. More importantly, we should...
I guess we need to settle this. Once and for all.
Oh yeah.
To do that, we need to go over the entire incident from beginning to end and make everything clear.
From comic book?
So, we need to do it.
Yes. Ooh, what is it? Uh-huh. Oh my god. Ah, popcorn. Okay. Okay. Got it. This is type of hint, yes. Blah blah. This hint explains the thing between the panel. Yeah, I get it. Closing argument begins. Holy shit. Doc 1. Okay. Here's the party. Here we're there. She's in the bathroom. He's here. Who Look at this. Oops. Wait, how do I quickly... How do I quickly... I'm missing shit. Where's the other panels? Where's the other panels? Okay. Yeah, this is a bit. Where the fuck are the other panels? What? Where's the other panel? Okay, stock 2. Got it. So I have to go with stocks? Jeez, I'm getting difficult now. Okay. Here we go. What happened next? Yes. Okay. Huh. Obviously. This is... Oh my god, this is so annoying. I hate this already. This is worse than the one in the fucking...
We will never give up!
Things are getting harder as hell. There we go. That. Okay. Now she's giving us a blue, right? Okay, we're to here, so we're going to go back there. Okay.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
There we go.
Let's try going over the whole incident, beginning with right after the party started.
That's right.
Byakuya had us gather in the dining hall of the old building near the hotel. He was extra cautious about a murder occurring that night because of a threatening letter he received. Therefore, he decided to throw a party so he could monitor us. Though one person didn't come, the rest of us assembled at the dining hall, and the party was underway. But at that time, the trap set by a certain someone was already in motion. They plugged 3 irons into the outlets in the storage room, which nearly capped the power usage. Additionally, they prepared something else that would activate at 11:30 p.m. The air conditioners in the office and dining hall. They had already set the timers for these. Thanks to the irons maxing out the power usage, the breaker was tripped when the air conditioners kicked on. Since the windows in the old building were covered, the blackout plunged the dining hall into total darkness. But when that happened, Byakuya took out a specific item that he brought in his case. That item was the night vision goggles. Byakuya was so concerned about a murder occurring that he brought a variety of security equipment with him. When he put on his night vision goggles, Byakuya witnessed a certain someone making a suspicious move.
Do that.
He saw Nagito guiding himself with the desk lamp's power cord so he could get under the table. That's right. Everything up to that point was all part of Nagito's plan. The murder warning to Byakuya, the source of the blackout, it was all Nagito. While the blackout was happening, someone else, the real killer, began making their move in the kitchen. The killer probably already knew about Nagito's plan, so they knew a blackout was coming. That's why the killer prepared all the items they would need to commit their crime in the dark beforehand. They needed a light source, which was provided by the portable stove in the kitchen. They needed a weapon, too. This had also been hidden in the kitchen beforehand. The long iron skewer used in the churrasco dish. The killer hid that inside that meat with the bone in it. With the weapon and portable stove in hand, the killer stepped out into the hallway. First, they closed the fire door in the hallway so their light source wouldn't peek toward the dining hall. Then, guided by the light, the killer headed toward the storage room and grabbed a specific item. That's right, a tablecloth to block the blood splatter. With this, the killer finished their preparations and snuck under the floorboards through the secret passage. They probably turned off the portable cooking stove at that point, or left it near the entrance of the door. The floor in the dining hall is full of gaps, so there's no way they could have safely held a light source. But thanks to the glowing mark they painted earlier, the killer was able to get beneath the table. Under the table, Byakuya found the knife that had been hidden there. If only he had retreated, he probably wouldn't have gotten killed, but... he had to retrieve that knife, and at that moment... the killer lurking beneath the floorboard stabbed straight up with the iron skewer. The killer had been waiting in the dark for the moment when the glowing paint began to move. After they murdered Byakuya, the killer purposefully shouted from beneath the floorboards to make it seem like they were still in the dining hall. Afterward, they came out from underneath the floorboards and rushed back to the kitchen. And then, after hiding the murder weapon in the kitchen, they rejoined the group as if nothing had happened. There's only one person who would have been able to commit this crime. Especially if that person is someone who'd think of an unexpected way to hide a weapon inside food.
Who would that be?
Isn't that right, Teru Hanamura? That's what happened. How about it? Did I get anything wrong? This is a mistake. A mistake, I tell you. I would never kill anyone. Would never.
It seems this is the end.
Damn. Alright. That took a while. B. I got 97 clay.
It looks like your argument has come to a close. Oops! I lost control of my wild side for a second. Was that a side effect of the meat I just ate? Well, putting that aside, let's move along to the nerve-wracking voting time! Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Oh, just a reminder, make triple sure you vote for someone. If you don't vote, I'm gonna eat you up just like that meat from earlier.
Why did this happen?
Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Such heart-pounding excitement!
Stay tuned for the next episode.